Today's mining deal between Rio Tinto, Alcan and Indigenous leaders has been 4 decades in the making and is set to deliver $700 million to the regional economy. Sara Everingham takes a look at the long and difficult struggle traditional owners have faced to get recognition from mining companies.
Today's ceremony marks a new deal between traditional owners and Rio Tinto Alcan to keep a bauxite mine and alumina refinery running for another 40 years.
I think this is a historical moment for the family and for the community in general.
It's the first time traditional owners have had a seat at the table in negotiating the lease. For the past 4 decades, the mine's been able to run without their consent.
Now we are at a beginning of a time whereby mining company and Aboriginal people in this area can get along maybe differently to the past.
For traditional owners, it's recognition that's long overdue. It's also a chance to share in more profits from the mine, but there won't be direct cash payments. Money will go to social programs to improve education and employment. It's a deal that's won the government's support.
We celebrate an agreement between the traditional owners of this land and a mining giant. We celebrate jobs and investment for this region.
This is self-determination for our people, economic development, and it'll benefit everyone.
Buckamumu Marika was just a child in the 1960s when the mine was being planned on the Gove Peninsula. His father helped bring the concerns of traditional owners to national attention through a bark petition sent to Canberra in 1963.
They wanted a consultation, a proper consultation, a proper agreement, but nothing was done.
The people of Yirrkala have protested to the federal government about the project.
A deal had been struck between the Commonwealth and the Swiss miner Nabalco. Traditional owners, such as the 1978 Australian of the Year, Galarrwuy Yunupingu, are still disturbed they had no say as cultural sites were destroyed.
Of course, it was a saddening experience for the landowners.
A land rights case was launched in the Supreme Court, but that was when land rights were still some way off.
It was the first case involving Aboriginal land rights brought by an Aboriginal plaintiff group that was heard in an Australian court.
Today, the mine and the refinery are firmly part of this region.
The miners, the activities, they were here and they're not going to go away. We just got to make ourselves be aware where we're going to go next.
The current operator, Rio Tinto Alcan, prefers to look to the future and what the new deal can deliver. The details of the new lease over the mine are confidential. It's understood benefits for the Yolgnu people will be worth about $700 million over the life of the 42-year agreement. But both parties hope the benefits will last much longer than that.
First and foremost, training, education, employment opportunities inside the business, but also other employment opportunities through development of businesses.
Rio Tinto says the deal is typical of agreements the company is seeking with Indigenous communities. It points to its Argyle mine in the Pilbara, where 20% of employees are Indigenous. But up until now in East Arnhem Land, the employment of local Indigenous people has been a challenge.
Yeah, it's a very small number, and again, we're not happy with that number, and we want to really increase that substantially. And again, that's what this agreement lays the path forward to be able to really increase that number significantly.
Traditional owners are keen to boost employment through their own businesses, which they plan to revitalise using capital from the deal.
We're putting that money into projects like fishing, agriculture, timber work, cattle industries, and of course future fundings for our educational centres.
Galarrwuy Yunupingu says funds will also go into housing, education and health to make up for a lack of government services. But there are concerns that could prompt government to pull further back.
We need to put money into that and ask the Commonwealth Government dollar for dollar effort in the health area, in the housing area.
The landowners say the benefits of the deal will flow to people throughout the region, not just to the direct beneficiaries. Under the new deal, the flow of royalties will also be linked to the profitability of the mine. The fortunes of people in Northeast Arnhem Land and the mining operation are now firmly interlinked.
It's about an active partnership, and it's a long-term commitment from all stakeholders, so we're really, really excited about this agreement.
I'm just happy that I'm still breathing and alive and was able to negotiate this.
Sara Everingham reporting there from Yirrkala in Northeast Arnhem Land.